The Committee on Health and Environmental Affairs, at a meeting held on April 23rd, voted unanimously to recommend that the accompanying resolution be forwarded to the full council for action. This is a resolution that the City Council condemn Ben Water and Heavy Transport contract with the Watuppa Water Board.
Motion to adopt?
Motion to adopt has been made by Councilor Kilby. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Stephen Chimera. Is there any discussion?
Is that
Coun-
a unanimous vote?
Yes.
Council, it was a unanimous. Is that what the question was?
Yes.
Okay. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Councilor in seat 5, Council Vice President LeBeau.
Yep, just a question. If the chair of this committee, I haven't had a chance to rewatch this meeting. I'm not sure if this is possible, but if he could just give a brief, very brief summary of how we got to these two, and honestly, if they're going to do anything, I'm in favor of both of them. Is this just a ceremonial vote? I believe the chair is Councilor in seat.
Councilor in seat 3, Councilor Chimera.
Yes, there had been quite a bit of input from many people. At this particular subcommittee meeting, there were 9 Fall River City residents who testified. All but one testified in support of both of these resolutions. The resolutions were generated by the council committee as a result of the input that was received. There was also much input that was brought to us at a previous council meeting, as you may recall, that was heavily attended not only by many people from Fall River, but also many people from Burrillville, Rhode Island, and nearby Massachusetts that will be affected by this fracked oil plant if it is eventually approved. This will not affect the collection of the $25,000 annually. It's just, in essence, a request, since resolutions are request, that the renewal not be implemented upon completion of the current contract. I think if there are any other specific questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And there are also my 2 colleagues that were there, both had input into this process, and this vote was unanimous.
Madam Vice President, you have the floor.
Yeah, I just, thank you to the committee.
Microphone, please.
Thank you to the committee. If there was a way to get out of this contract, I would urge the Watuppa Water Board to do that. I think Fall River, for $25,000, a woman at Citizen Input tonight said that we should be a community with a conscience. She's right. No community, especially Fall River, where I call home, where all of us call home, should ever contribute to the demise of another community, and that is exactly what selling this water is doing. We are selling more than they need. We are their second supplier, but I've heard that they're no longer going to need a first supplier. We are supplying enough to be the first supplier, and we should really be ashamed about what we're doing to the people of Burrillville. That I yield.
Thank you. Councilor in seat 6, Councilor Long.
Just as a point of information, at the committee meeting, it was unanimous. I believe the facts that were brought to light throughout this process kind of informed our decision-making. I was a little taken back with some of the statements that said the water board and other people were doing something underhanded, and I don't believe that was true. The city of Fall River has sold water in the past. We are constantly selling water to outside vendors. I don't believe a lot of the information that was received after the fact was available to them prior to the sale. And had it been available prior to the sale, the contract probably would not have been signed. So it's a little bit, looking backwards is 2020. So I want to say that I have the utmost confidence in the water board. It's a little bit disheartening that this has come to what it has come to. I'm sure that we can deal with it going forward, but I just wanted to make sure that we understood that our water board acted in a proper and right manner at the time that they made their decisions. And I think if the information was available at that time, then the contract probably would not have been signed. But because we sell water on a regular basis to many different individuals, and this was a sale to a transportation company who transports water, So we didn't know what it was going to be used for. Had we known that, we probably would have made a different decision. That I yield.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. There's a motion that has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
On the motion to adopt the resolution, Councilors Kadim?
Yes.
Joseph Chimera?
Yes.
Stephen Chimera?
Yes.
Kilby?
Yes.
Lullaby LeBeau?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Viveras?
Yes.
President Ponti?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
The Committee on Health and Environmental Affairs, at a meeting held on April 23rd, voted unanimously to recommend that the accompanying resolution be forwarded to the full council for action. This is a resolution that the City Council support the non-renewal of a contract between Ben Water and Heavy Transport and the Watuppa Water Board.
To adopt?
Motion to adopt is made
Second.
by Councilor Kilby, seconded by Councilor Long. Any discussion? Councilor in seat 3, Councilor Chimera.
Yes, just, just to clarify, the initial resolution, the first resolution specifically related to the sale of water to Ben, and it also opposes the citing of Invenergy's plan, so that can be forwarded to our neighbors in Rhode Island. This resolution specifically is calling for the Watuppa Water Board not to renew the contract when it comes up for renewal. And it was a little bit unclear in that it was referred to as a 6-year contract. It's actually a 3-year agreement if and when the energy plant comes online. So if the energy plant doesn't come online for 5 years, then it would be 3 years beyond that 5-year period. If the energy plant came online next year, then it would be 3 years from that point. So it's not really a 6-year contract, it's 3 years following the date of the plant coming online. And just one other clarification on this too, is that although the contract is with Ben Water, it was clearly known that this was going to be to support Invenergy's plan for a fracked oil, dirty, energized plant, devastating the northern forest of Rhode Island. So it really is a detrimental effect on the environment, significant effect, and the Watuppa Water Board was certainly aware of the fact that this wasn't being sold to Ben Water so they could go fill swimming pools, which they do. They do fill swimming pools. But the purpose of this agreement was to provide water to Ben Water to be a part of the agreement of Invenergy as it pursues its effort to get sited. Just as Hess LNG was pursuing efforts to get its plant, and there were people from Rhode Island that were on board to help us in Fall River to prevent that from happening in our city, we were asked basically to now support those Rhode Island communities that are doing what we were doing as it related to Hess. So I appreciate full support for this. Thanks.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none. Motion has been made and seconded to adopt. Roll call.
On adoption of the resolution, Councilors Kadim?
Yes.
Joseph Chimera?
Yes.
Stephen Chimera?
Yes.
Kilby?
Yes.
Lullaby LeBeau?
Yes.
Long?
Yes.
Pelletier?
Yes.
Viveras?
Yes.
President Ponti?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
The Committee on Health and Environmental Affairs, at a meeting held on April 23rd, voted unanimously to recommend that the accompanying resolution be granted leave to withdraw. This was the resolution holding the discussion with various parties, the agreement to sell water to the Burrillville, Rhode Island Energy Company.
Motion to grant leave to withdraw.
Motion to give grant leave to withdraw has been made by Councilor Long. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Pelletier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted.